What's up, YouTube? So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the Miami Dolphins players that I'm really looking forward to seeing in this upcoming preseason game this Saturday against the Bears. There's definitely a lot of questions still on this roster, and I'm hoping that we'll slowly start to see these things get answered. Quarterback, there isn't really much I really need to see. I want to see how much Tua has improved, but I'm not really going to take too much stock in that. But I think our quarterback hierarchy is pretty much set in stone. Tua, Jacoby, Reed. Reed might not even make this team. Who knows? Running back is definitely a question mark. Ahmed, Malcolm Brown, Jared Dokes, Myles Gaskin, Patrick Laird, Jordan Scarlett. To me, Gaskin is probably the number one guy right now, but after that, I think everything is kind of up in the air as far as making this team, and especially knowing if you're going to be getting playing time moving forward. I think Patrick Laird should be gone now. I'm not interested in keeping him around. It just is what it is. Malcolm Perry, who plays some running back and wide receiver for us, but he's mostly a wideout in my eyes. So that is what that is. But let's see. Carl Tucker at fullback. If it were up to me, we wouldn't have a fullback. I think at this point in the league, you just don't need one. At least not a dedicated fullback. Wide receiver is a massive question mark as well. Lynn Bowden, Isaiah Ford, Robert Foster, William Fuller, Jakeem Grant, Matt Collins, Alan Hearns, Kai Loxley, Kirk Merritt, Devontae Parker, Jalen Waddle, Preston Williams, Albert Wilson. We have a lot of receivers on this team. And we can't keep all of them. You know that Devontae Parker and Jalen Waddle are safe. Will Fuller is safe, so you got those three. And we also don't really know how many receivers we're going to keep. We're probably going to have some on the practice squad. I would like to keep Lynn Bowden because he really started to show himself last year. So that's four. Then after that, people are just going to have to fight to make this roster, the rest of them. I like Preston a lot, but the way he keeps getting hurt, I just don't know. Albert Wilson's really good. Alan Hearns can go right now, for all I care. Kai Loxley's probably pretty low on that totem pole, but Jakeem Grant can probably go just because the amount of talent we have here. Robert Foster and Isaiah Ford, they can both go. We just have too much receiver depth to really be worrying about people like that, so it just is what it is. Did I say Ford wearing number 20? That's weird as hell. Whatever. Tight end is definitely another big question mark. Obviously, Hunter Long, you know he's going to be making this team. Adam Shaheen, who knows? Mike Gesicki, who is on the COVID list, probably won't be playing. But you know that Hunter Long and Mike Gesicki are the two people that are for sure probably safe. But after that, it gets a little bit weird. Keithan Carter, who's a guy we signed who can play fullback and tight end. I don't think he's going to make it. Carson Meyer, I don't really see him. Chris Myrick, probably not. If it were up to me, it would be Gesicki, Hunter Long, Shaheen, and then maybe Smythe if we want a fourth tight end. Maybe to put on practice squad or something. As far as offensive line, there's still a lot of question marks there. We need to see if Liam can step up and be our starting right tackle right away. I want that to be the case. I want to get Jesse Davis the fuck out of here. I can't stand him. So that's where I'm at with it. Timon Paris can go. Adam Pankey, I don't care. Jonathan Hubbard, whatever. Larnell Coleman is going to be a guy for sure. You know that Austin Jackson and Liam Eichenberg are both safe. Larnell Coleman, I want to see how he develops, so I'd like him to be one of our backup tackles. And Jesse Davis is probably safe too. We just don't really have the ability to cut him right now. So if I had to guess as far as tackles go, we probably run with Austin Jackson and Larnell Coleman on one side, and then Liam and Jesse Davis on right tackle, if I had to guess. Let's see. As far as the guards go, I would have Robert Hunt at one of the guard spots and Solomon Kinley at the other, as far as the starters go. I don't care how you want to do that. Robert Hunt at right guard or left guard and Solomon Kinley at the other. I don't care. I think Solomon left guard, Robert Hunt right guard, just because Hunt was right tackle last year. Just keep him on the right side, whatever. Jesse Davis, like I said, he can sit down. We can't really afford to cut him right now, just depth wise. But I'm not trying to see him start anymore. Tyler Marr is probably not going to make the roster. Robert Jones is probably going to be a guy who will be a backup for us. I do want to see how he develops. I think he can be pretty good. Eventually, he doesn't have some technique to work on for sure. Center is one of the big spots for me. Michael Dieter is another guy who really can't afford to be cut just because he plays guard and center, even though he is bad. But I think we're going to be seeing Michael Dieter, Matt Skora, and Cameron Tom at center. That's going to be a spot that we're really going to have to focus on heavy, is that center position. Because the whole offensive line is a question mark, yes. But I think Austin Jackson starting is almost a guarantee. Robert Hunt and Solomon Kinley are probably going to start at the guard spots. And then at least week one, it's going to probably either be Jesse Davis or Liam Eichenberg at right tackle. But center, to me, is completely open. Matt Skora is probably going to be the starter, but who knows for sure. We'll see. As far as defensive line goes, I do want to see Jonathan Ledbetter play a little bit. Ogba's safe. Tayshaun Render, who I think can actually be a really good player for us. I think he's very athletic. He's the guy that in last year's draft class, Bill Belichick chose to not go to the combine to go see his workout. So take that how you want it. Very athletic, but very raw. Jason Strobridge out of North Carolina. This is going to be his second year with us. He's a guy that I am a massive fan of as well. To me, Jason Strobridge is just a fantastic run stopper. At least back when he was in college. That's what I really took away from his film. He still had to work on his skills as a pass rusher quite a bit, but as a run-stopping defensive end, I think he's really solid. I would like to see him play when we do our 4-3-like snaps. I would love to play him at like left defensive end in a 4-3 package, especially on run downs. I think that's where he's really good because he's really good about setting the edge. He's really good about reading read options and stuff like that. He's just fantastic for that type of role. So I'm hoping to see him get some more playing time. We didn't get to have preseason last year, obviously, so hopefully we get to see what he can do with that. As far as defensive tackle, Adam Butler, that's going to be a thing. He'll probably play a little bit of 3-4 defensive end as well. Raquan Davis is going to rotate all over the place like he did last year. John Jenkins, I predict to probably just be a nose tackle. Probably not much else. Jerome Johnson, I want to see what he can do. I like him as a 3-tech. I want to see him in preseason. I want to see Benito Jones, who's a nose tackle, to see if he's developed any. Zach Seiler, Christian Wilkins are both amazing. So no real worries there. But as far as linebacker goes, go with the pass rushers first. Shaquem Griffin, I think, was being used incorrectly in Seattle. I want to see what he can do with us. Jalen Phillips, I cannot wait for. He was one of my favorite players in the entire draft class, so I can't wait to see what he does. I think Jalen Phillips on one side with Van Ginkel on the other, and Shaquem Griffin rotating in here and there. I think that's going to be a pretty good edge rusher class. Edge rusher group, rather. Brendan Scarlett, probably not going to make the team. Duke Riley, I don't care. Calvin Munson, who knows. McKinney is going to be fantastic for us. I think he's going to be a really good run stopper. Just a really good high IQ player. So I'm looking forward to that. I think him and Jerome Baker are going to be a great combo, especially in our 3-4 schemes where we're going to have both of them in the middle. I think that because Jerome Baker is more so the athletic sideline-to-sideline linebacker, and McKinney is going to be the one that's a little bit better at reading their keys and just doing their job. So I think that's going to be a great combo. Sam McGuavin, I don't know what his future is with this team at this point. Same with Vince Beagle will probably make the team at least. Probably be our other outside linebacker. Probably have him, Phillips, Van Ginkel, and Shaquem Griffin as our outside linebackers, if I had to guess. But who knows for sure. So yeah, that's the linebacker group. As far as corner, Xavier Howard's back. I don't know if he's going to play. Like I said, a lot of these starters probably aren't even going to play, but there's just a lot to really take a look at. Trill Williams is going to be someone I want to see at a Syracuse. I want to see how he kind of works. I want to see if Nick Needham has improved any. He's made pretty big leaps since he's gotten here. Jamal Perry can go. LeBlanc can go. I want to see what Noah has done because he's got the athleticism. But he really didn't get that many snaps because he doesn't really work that well as a nickel. And it's just hard to get on the field with Byron and X there. But I do want to see him in preseason to just see how he's developed as a possible backup for us. Tino Ellis, and we'll see. Javaris Davis, Justin Coleman, Terrell Bond. We got a lot of corners, man. Askew. We've got Jason McCourty as well. He'll probably, with X back, he'll probably be like another nickel corner for us. If I had to guess, we would go with X, Byron, Noah, Nick, and Jason as our active game day corners, with maybe like Trill Williams on the practice squad. That's weird. Trill Williams is listed as number 51. That's so strange. I don't like that. But whatever. Let's take a look at safety. Eric Rowe, Brandon Jones, those two are good. They're going to make the roster. Obviously, Javon Holland, for sure, making the team as well. Obviously, we just drafted him. So, I think those ones are safe. And then after that, it's just kind of a fight. Also, we do have a Landon Roberts. I forgot to mention him. But he's still on the physically unable to perform list. Forgot to mention him with linebackers. But I think the other free safety spot, like the backup, is pretty open. Eric Rowe's probably going to be our starting strong safety. Maybe Javon Holland at free. Who knows what Brandon Jones is going to do. He'll be on the team. I just don't know what we're going to do with him. Date Hawley and Clayton, I'm not really feeling too much. So it's kind of tough to say, really. Yeah, man. I think our safety spot as far as depth is a little bit on the weaker side. Maybe Nick might be able to play safety in a pinch. Definitely not free safety. He's just not athletic enough to do that. But we might be able to figure something out if things really get rough injury-wise. But regardless, I am interested in just kind of seeing that. Let's see. We don't really have any fights with our special teams guys. Blake Ferguson's going to be our long snapper. Michael Pilardi, who I'm curious to see at punter. I don't really know him too well. And Jason Sanders is amazing, as always. So that is what it is. But anyway, I think that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Overall, I'm just really Really excited to see some of these second-year players as well. Some of the ones we didn't get to see in preseason, like Jason Strowbridge. I've mentioned multiple times, I really think Jason Strowbridge needs to get a little bit more playing time anyway. Just on like run stopping downs, because I think he can be a very good run stopper for us. We just need to use him a little bit more. But it's just hard to get playing time with the other guys that we've got. It just is. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, appreciate hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Actually, real quick, I am doing a fantasy football league. Free to join. It's on ESPN. If you want to join and play with me this season, feel free to join. I'll be leaving a link in the description of this video. All right, bye guys.